One thing that I truly love about life is the fact that we can go through literally anything. And the moment that we shift our perspective from this negative way of thinking and learn to use it in our advantage, use it as motivation, use it as fuel for us to get to where we need to get, then everything changes. And that's why I personally feel like it's very important for us to be able to transform this pain into purpose, and why it's a powerful mindset to have. And I feel like a lot of the times what ends up happening for a lot of people is the fact that they may get put through something that puts them in a weird headspace. It may completely discourage them. It may make them feel as if, things are not going their way, and it may never go their way. And truth be told, that's just not true. We all know, just like you have bad days, you're going to have your good days, and the same vice versa. So therefore, you going through these struggles of life as you're trying to build is all a part of your journey. It's going to be the very thing that you look back on and you're thankful for, because you know that it represents a new you. You know that each time that you feel pain, each time that you feel some form of suffering, a new you is being created in a sense. And when I learned how to view it from that perspective, instead of just being so, in this victim type of mindset, I started to get a lot more out of the life that I was living. And I realized that not only that everything happens for a reason, but even the worst possible things that could occur in your life serve a unique purpose. But what happens is a lot of people get put through these hardships, or they feel this sense of pain and they feel lost and they feel hopeless. And I even had times in my life where I felt the exact same way. But the very thing that what personally helped me overcome a lot of these challenges is always keeping that form of hope, understanding that tomorrow is a brand new day. Yeah, you have your struggles today. Yeah, you have your pain that you may have felt today, and things that may feel like they may last forever in a sense. But I'm here to tell you today that none of that is going to last forever. Just think of some of the toughest battles that you've ever went through in your life. In that very moment, of course, it's going to be something that is heavy on your heart or heavy on your mind. But in due time, at some point, whether it's a year, whether it's 10 years from now, it will pass. So that's really always been one of the things that's motivated me in terms of feeling this pain or this anguish towards, just life and the hardships that we may face. Just knowing that, it's okay. It's a part of me. I wouldn't be nowhere near where I'm at today if it wasn't for the struggles and the pain that I felt. But you just can't walk around here mad at the world because you are going through things. Everybody around you is going through things. Some people have it worse. One thing that's always humbled me is when I get up and I get in my car in the morning and I drive past certain streets and I see homeless people out there, I just think about my life and I compare it to theirs. I know that even on my worst day that I'm going to pretty much be doing better than somebody in that type of position. I know that I don't have to miss a meal, or I don't have to, depend on anybody else for anything. Therefore, I am very blessed. So I should always take that into account and always be thankful for even the tough days or even my worst days, because there's somebody out there in the world wishing that they were in a position to live your life on your worst day. And when I speak on this concept of using your pain to your best advantage, it always reminds me of Steve Harvey. Now, I may have told this story briefly, but he was somebody that, like a lot of people, was raised in a position where he was less fortunate, and he had to go out there and make a name for himself. But he experienced this point of homelessness on his road to the person he is now. And a lot of people that may have been put in that position would have probably quit or would have probably gave up. But he saw a clear vision and he knew where he had to be. And he kept working to build himself or to get himself out of that position of poverty. And we all have to keep this mindset, understanding that it doesn't necessarily matter what you go through. The only thing that matters is how you react to the things that you go through. Life is always going to throw random things at you at any given moment. You could do your best to prepare for these things, but some of them are going to naturally catch you off guard, depending on how comfortable you are. Therefore, if you're not worried about when certain hardships come, and you're more reliant on the way that you choose to view any type of hardship that come in your life, it'll make it way easier for you to overcome those challenges. I know that in my life today, that if I was to go through anything that was dramatic, something that put me in a weird headspace, I would not, first of all, I wouldn't take it too personal. I wouldn't let it get the best of me, because I know how quick things can change. Just like you have those bad days, you're going to have them good days as well. And I would just understand that it's for the better cause, man. I wouldn't necessarily, feel good in that very moment like any other human being, because who wants to go through hardships? But you have to be able to see it through. If you can walk through the fire and through the storm smiling with your head held high, this is exactly what the enemy does not want from you. You have to prevail. You have to keep going. You have to be able to use his pain as his form of fuel and let it motivate you to get to that next stage. I remember when I was younger, man, and I was going through these forms of poverty, just being raised in a lower class household or whatever. And I used to always just be an angry child. I used to be mad at the world because I felt like, why did I have to go through this? Why am I in a position where, I'm struggling, or I'm living in a one bedroom with 6 kids? Like, why is this my life? You know what I'm saying? But, when I stopped being angry, when I stopped blaming people, when I stopped blaming my mom or my father or whoever, and I started taking more accountability and realizing that blaming people is not going to change anything. What can I do right now to better my life or to make me feel good? I realized the value in life. I realized that it's not about what you go through. It's all about your perception. It's about the things that you choose to do after you find out, something is present, a hard time is coming, or certain obstacles you may have to get through. Devoting your time to things that are going to potentially change your life. That's all it's about. And this put me in a position to start playing sports. And this taught me all about dedication. This taught me all about hard work. It taught me all about sacrifice. It taught me pretty much a lot of the lessons that I still carry with me up until this day, just going through the motions and experiencing certain things. So that slight shift in perspective when I was younger really put me in a position to align with my overall purpose, me doing the things that I'm destined to do. And if you can do the same thing, if you can shift your perspective out of this victim mindset, we know that you're going through something, just like the rest of us. We all go through things, but it's not necessarily about what you go through. You just got to stay focused and you got to lock in. It's okay. Cry if you need to. Call anybody that's really there for you, your family, your friends that really love you and that's really rocking with you, man, and let everything out. But after that phone call, it's time for you to get the ball rolling. It's time for you to get things going, because you do not want to allow yourself to just be fully consumed by this form of, pain that you may be going through. Take yourself out of your shoes. Take yourself out of that position where you feel like you're the only one going through something, and I promise you it will be much easier for you to overcome it. I no longer feel bad about pain. I no longer feel bad about suffering and any type of hardship that I may face. Because like I said, when I go outside and I view somebody who's less fortunate, I'm thankful. Even for my worst days, I'm thankful. Even for the hard times, I look myself in the mirror and I'll be like, man, I thank God that I'm here. I thank God that I'm living the life that I'm living, because it could always be worse. But that pain that you're going through, those hard times, they will not last forever. And the sooner that you get up and you stop playing victim, the sooner that they'll fade away. So always embrace that form of pain. Really understand that it's what's making you you. It's what's defining you. It's what's turning you into the person that is going to, acquire that lifestyle that you want to live. You have to go through these things. They're the prerequisites. Just know, no matter what it is that you do with your life, certain things need to be done prior in order to put you in a headspace to kind of manifest the life that you want. So therefore, if you wouldn't have went all through all the struggles that you went up until this point, you wouldn't be half of the person that you are living the lifestyle that you're living right now. Don't shy away from the hard times. Don't run. And this was actually a problem for me when I was a little younger. I used to run. I used to run from my problems. I used to run from anything that would make me feel vulnerable or too exposed, or would make me feel like I'm in a position where I don't necessarily have control. And then I got to the point in my life where, one, I realized that you cannot control everything. There are certain things that are going to happen that are going to catch you off guard, and you just have to react. Rather than always having a moment to think and process things, you're just going to have to do something about it. And when you get put in positions like that, you realize that, more than anything, you have to live free. Live free sometimes without that form of thought or overthinking or putting yourself in a position to question whether or not something is going to benefit you, how dramatic it's going to be, how much it can harm you. These things are all just there to distract you and pull you away from actually getting the job done, actually overcoming that fear or whatever it is that you may be going through. So really just keep that in mind when you go through something. Keep that in mind as you go through your day-to-day. Whatever pain that you're feeling, whatever you're experiencing right now is not going to last forever. And I personally know that my pain is going to be different from the next person's pain. Me waking up and having a bad day is going to be completely different from you waking up and having a bad day. So therefore, just this concept of pain alone is just so subjective. It's something that there's so many different variations of. There's so many different ways that we can kind of mold pain and put it into perspective so that another person may agree or disagree with it. But just with this concept alone, man, I want you to just understand how powerful it is, and how different all forms of pain are. So take the time today, if you've been through something that you've used as motivation or something that you're going through right now, drop a comment so we can elaborate on it, so that everybody feel, comfortable with this idea or this theory of pain, understanding that, man, you're just human beings at the end of the day. We're just people trying to get through life. This is all of our first time here, as far as I know it. If you don't know, or if you do believe that you've been here before, then that's you. But for the majority of us, man, this is all our first times here, and we're just trying to get through it together. But drop a comment, drop your experience on pain. If you went through something, or if you're going through something right now, we'll elaborate on it. But I appreciate y'all so much for watching the video. It's your boy Blue J Tay. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.